Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Brent Bryant with 365 Days Sober. And I just wanted to reach out to everybody that listens and looks and is a friend of the page or just sees the page. And thank you for the last post that I made on all the responses that we got. That's the whole idea of this mission of mine is get people to share their stories because us as alcoholics, we're definitely not in this alone, and just people in general, as far as just life is concerned, you're not alone. And that's kind of why I wanted to base this story today about Thanksgiving and giving thanks and just Thanksgiving in general and everything you're going to see on Facebook and social media that might make you think, oh my gosh, I don't have it as good as everybody else. Um, Not necessarily the case for most people. Especially this time of year, like I said in the last video, is that it can be tough because sometimes, for some reason, we judge ourselves on what others are doing, yet we don't know what those others' full story completely is. We just see what they're posting on social media, which I've always called Facebook, especially, it's Disneyland. Nobody posts all their stuff on there that's maybe negative or bad things happening in their lives and stuff like that. It's always the happy moments and all that, but everybody struggles and everybody goes through tough times. It's just kind of how you deal with them and stuff. But don't judge yourself and don't base who you are and all that on how many people you have at your house today. You got a roof over your head. My good buddy Keith always says you got a roof over your head and you're fed and your family's healthy. Those are really important, and we take them for granted way too much, way too often. And that can cause a lot of things going in on our lives mentally, as my cameraman puts their hand in front of the, yep, way to go, yep, they're shaking their head. Thank you. On this Thanksgiving morning. I don't even know what time it is, but definitely getting ready for some football, some food, some family, and maybe a couple of friends. Nothing too crazy, but my journey is it's 8:10. Thanks, cameraman, again. So much help is probably a lot like others, especially battling this disease of alcoholism. Um, it started when I was 12 and ended when I was 34. It's crazy to think that I've been sober now 9 years. Back on November 8th. That was basically my last post, but um, that in itself becomes a struggle and an everyday fight. And for anybody that's struggling, or as I've said before, anybody that knows somebody that's struggling, it's a battle of your life because it is life and death. There's no harder job I'll ever do in my life than sobriety. Getting sober was really tough, but being sober every day, every second. It never goes away. There's no magic pill I can take. There's nothing for it to be the way you would want it to be. So just keep that in mind when you know somebody may be battling through their disease, their drug. Is that it's so hard. You can't even fathom it unless you're in it. So be wary of that. That's for certain, especially on holidays and stuff. This is holy smokes. Holidays and football season and summer, of course, with barbecues are always triggers for alcohol. I mean, there's so many more, but trigger for any drug where you think you feel you want to drink. A, because you're depressed because it's the holidays and maybe you don't have or think you should have what you want. Or it's you see your family and they're all doing better than you, or you think they're doing better than you, and again, that's just showing their best side, not the truth. So just take that in mind and enjoy your family. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the food, no matter what it'll be. I'm going to have some ham today, I think, and I'm just more concerned about pies than anything else. But this is not easy for me. I didn't just get here overnight. It's been a long 9 years of sobriety. I started with nothing. I had nothing. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I didn't have anything. I was in debt. No money. Nothing. I had 2 degrees. I had nothing. Thankfully, I had my dad that took me in, and I started from scratch, working my way up, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. to get to where I am right now, with a house, a great job, great second jobs, great family, great daughter, great, and I didn't even have her when all this started, and now I get to see her all the time. So, no matter where you're starting, and no matter how hard you think it'll be, in the end, it's definitely worth it. So, just put your head down and keep digging, and be honest and truthful with everybody, and you'll be surprised just how many people respect you because of the battle and the journey you're going through. Be open about it. And today, just celebrate. Just you. If you're just by yourself, celebrate you. I celebrate me all the time. I thank myself all the time. And it's not because I'm cocky or I'm so proud of myself that I love myself that much. So I like being alone. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have any of that. I mean, there's a difference between being lonely